everyone, it's Jan Boris, new video, new masterclass, Norway, Ulveham, Gote, and I will be talking about their staging, about maybe how it didn't work that well for the audience, or maybe this is just some other coincidences, but more impressed, more focused I will be on staging, on its technicality, on the camera work, editing, lights, and so on and so on. Hopefully to teach you something and hopefully to find something to give you like a new information, because in my opinion it worked very well, but I didn't see it for a long while. So now I will watch it with you, we will watch it all together, and after this I will go back to the beginning and talk about each and every fragment there, which I will find out interesting to talk about, to describe you what was going good, what was going bad, what kind of technique they used, and so on and so on. Let's see, every single staging, every single act has a little bit different approach. This was very specific, and yeah, let's do this. Let's start. I like those intros really. This is brilliant shot. The only thing is that you hear this voice already, but you don't see anybody singing. See this connection? Nice shot. But she's looking not into the camera. She was looking more into the audience, which is also not a good start. Let's see. But this filmic approach, brilliant. Also the visual setup, it's very nice. They shot it very filmic, so it's possible. Also they use nice graphics, layering. They pinpointed the area, so they separated the background a lot. Like visually, I really like it. Editing, lights, brilliant. This is epic. For this, actually, fires would be amazing, pyro effects somehow to support. But how it's shot, also look at those little details they recreated the stage. Very visually attractive. The dress. These movements. I like how they use two steady cams. One it's wide, one it's very close up. Very nice edited. And it respects the flow of the song with the editing on point, like I have goosebumps. But there are little details which in my opinion are the reasons why it didn't really work, unless some very subjective matters. There are some little details in lights which could have been done a little better, but the general picture is wonderful, very modern. It has a tempo, this waterfall or this water eruption. But there are some very fascinating details which could have done it a little bit better for connection. But for me this worked very well, because the flow, I didn't even feel that it has 3 minutes, because I think it's like 2:30, ideal for nowadays, because better to have a perfect tempo and don't add a limitation to it with straight making it a little bit longer just for sake to fulfill all 3 minutes. Better smaller chunk but dynamic than this deprivation, let's say, to get you off adding something else and then you're going the same routine all the time again. But let's move it. Of course, from my perspective, technically this is almost perfect. It's my style, so this is also subjective talking of how the modern television could have been done live, because they shown that the filmic approach with this blurred backgrounds, with the depth of field, with this filmic feeling, less than television white, when everything is kind of visible in the picture, is just visually very, very pleasing. Of course, we can question why it didn't work. Maybe the song didn't appeal, maybe the artist didn't appeal, which in my opinion, it's a combination a little bit. But technically speaking, this is very, very good. It's centric, it don't change the ideas, it's very known what they wanted to do. And this is very important. The clear focus is there the whole time. They didn't give you options to go off it. But if we go to the beginning of the show, it starts with two, in my opinion, content mistakes, let's say. First of all, we have this nice shot, but shots are not everything. You always go into content, and there is this calling from above, let's say, but I think this should be somehow visualized. In Norwegian national selection, they did the way that they've shown the nature. It was looking like something is going through the nature of Norway to get to the point of her starting singing for the first time. In here, it's static, and we don't see anybody singing anything. And this is the first disjoint, you know. Let's show you. Because of course they try to make this dominant sound, this instrument, I don't know what it is, but this instrument to be kind of like a dominant part. But the thing is that your head immediately, because it's not a piano, your voice will immediately go, your head will go immediately for the voice, and you don't see any visualization of the voice. It would be amazing if we see, for example, her lips starting moving like calling some, or at least doing something. But this is a waiting, because this is not a dominant vocal, this is not a dominant sound in the whole layer. It's the vocal, and this is a bit disjointing already, because you don't focus on this, and still nothing. What in my opinion would really work, of course I had my different idea, but what would work, that you have you see the stage, you can also have this, but then you have this very long crane shot until you get to the point. So because that slow movement of the camera will basically copy the atmosphere of this voice, you know, this calling. Okay, it didn't happen. This is the first disjoint, in my opinion, the first technical mistake, let's say, because those camera shots are better in atmosphere building. And then the other disjoint is the artist, in my opinion, who's not looking, he's not talking to you, because they didn't sell the arena in the way. So this setup, this filmic approach calls, it's not done as a concert. So you cannot approach it as a concert, and the artist, even though it now looks a little bit that she's looking into camera, she's not have a connection. It looks more like now I'm looking into the camera, and now I'm not looking into the camera, but I can still talk to you, but it feels I'm not looking at you, right? It's the same feeling. If it's a filmic approach, which means narrating to you directly, like in the movie, you need to connect. You need to immediately immerse the audience in front of the cameras, behind the cameras, in front of TVs. Not the audience in the arena. Anyway, it's a television project. It's if you want to do it as a concert, you must do it 100% as a concert, openly. But if you do this intimate approach, which this is, you must connect with the audience, which didn't happen first seconds, and I think that's where it lost a lot of audience, because this is not appealing, you know, and also it's a little bit cringy, because she feels like she's not there. From my opinion, the biggest staging mistake is this approach. She's not connected to me. I don't feel the energy. I don't feel this. It starts very paganish, very, you know, ritualistic, and you must give it. And now she feels like, I know it's not fair to the artist, but it doesn't feel that she's there with you. It feels like she's in the head somewhere else. Not in the arena, not in the song, not with you enjoying the song. This is how it feels. This is nice. And also there is this. It should be at least those little lights or something should create this tempo to build it, or those bracelets everybody had to do this this vibrating. You know, those are little simple details, but those details actually make a difference between amazingly good and, let's say, disconnecting, because all those little sounds are connected to your senses. And if they are connected very well, and because so many countries before them did it, you are used to already that you will be receiving this. And if it doesn't happen. Of course they tried this ambient sound, but it's not on tempo. And also they are singing, but I cannot feel them. This should be, and this, whenever she's in the camera, see, she's not looking that I should have a feeling that she's talking directly to me, but she's talking somewhere, and I don't have this feeling of because this is the difference. If I na 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 na, and I will like try to bring you in, you know. If I do la na na na, it's a different feeling. This connection, especially when you're doing like this ritualistic song, must be direct to the audience, especially in this kind of filmic atmosphere, because then graphically also they added those little effects, you know, those little dots. I don't know if you can see it now, but play it yourself. It looks like you're literally watching a movie. Very nice, with this kind of grainish effect. It was much better. What I like that they kind of nicely separated. This frame is brilliant. Like, this frame is brilliant. Also that they use the graphics to create layering, also adding mist, also adding a little prop. They create a space looks much bigger than it is because they position it very well. They separated the background very amazingly with these laser lights. They separated it. They created another space, and then there is this background which is also layered by shadowing and light in graphical, very nice graphics, because it's not dragging your attention, it just recreates the space. So this idea was brilliant and in my opinion very well executed, and this is how it really works. Also they surpassed a little bit of the audience over there, so it's not dragging your attention, so your eyes going directly where they should. And in my opinion, they should a little bit more focus on this part, at least to give a little bit more effect. I know this is like nitpicking, very nitpicking, when he's playing on the drums, to at least lighten up a little bit of this and to support this, you know, because literally he's not playing in a real, like, even though he is. The thing is that this is the instrument which is here fakely, kind of. But to support the effect that he's really playing it, you must give it a little bit more narrative attention, so you really live with this rhythm, you know. If you see it from example from the beginning, you will understand that there is a drummer who's doing this, and you're connected much better. But she's disconnecting me, she's not there. The editing, camera work, this transition, brilliant. And they use this waterfall. Also, if they would use a pyro effects in here to support this, it would really work even better. But of course they wanted to keep it cold. In my opinion, very work. What I also enjoyed that they really reshaped the arena feeling. This shot, it looks bigger than it is, and atmospheric. And this is the editing masterpiece in my opinion. And also, I like the way of how they use the ambient lighting, because they narrowed it down and they basically really focus on how to make it, you know, very invisible, but creating what they want. And also I like how they played with the asymmetry of it. They basically didn't need a prop at some point. They propped the whole stage by the with the technology they have there, and they used it very well in my opinion. But she's not communicating with me. This is the whole thing. This is one of those top shots in general didn't really work in here, but this one really works. It's not overused. And this, they should support it a little bit. They should let me know something is happening. In my opinion, one of the mistakes they did in here, they didn't support the leading beat, which is this. I know it's a little bit annoying, but it will keep your attention there. It didn't happen. Of course, we also see the camera guys are going here to steadicamists. They will do this double effect. In my opinion, a little mistake. It was unnecessary. Because they should do what they did in the beginning, like with those atmospheres, you know. They were really good. Really good. This. Also this. That works. Like let's keep it filmic. Don't go over of it. But let's see where we end. We will continue in here. Okay, two steadicamists are going on the set. One is on the white, and this is very nice shot. You know, this is the ritual. And now she's for the first time communicating with the camera, but in my opinion, she should actually do it in here a little bit, or both. She should be ready to switch a little bit, but okay, this is very nitpicking. But it feels, now it's too late. That, you know, if you look in her eyes, now I had this feeling of this spark. Now I feel that she's in finally, she get to this, she enjoys this, and now we're in, but this should have been there from the beginning. It's too late. Now I have the feeling that she wants it, you know? And in here, a little bit zoom in would be also great. And that, how it came, this is brilliant. There is nothing against. This is good. Also, what I think that when they do like, it should be more than this. There's something else that like those lights should blink for that, like, and this should all blink a little bit, like to support this tension. Of course, you don't have a pyro, which for this would really work. They only have this water eruption. It's not enough. If they would support it also in here, like, it would be working very well, because there are like not even a second, there are like milliseconds effects supporting the exact, you know, it would work better. Because with the editing, this is accurate very well. Also the tempo dynamics is there, contra light, and also this. Oh, it would be even like if the camera goes smoother to her, like, oh, those are the things how you can really bridge the tempo. Those little simple details, hard to do, but oh, the camera, if the camera follows the vocal, that would be top of the top. Didn't happen. And so many wide shots. So many wide shots, but the camera, you know, you see how big difference is when she's doing like the movement and the camera follows her. This should be there more present, because she has a brilliant vocal. You should enjoy, but the focus now, it's kind of lost for the song itself. Brilliant. See, when they did it now. But here it wasn't present in my opinion before. Where it was. Nothing. If this is there, better. Anyway, let's. So now, this is brilliant shot, such atmosphere. This is so good, but you see how lights, when the light is doing at the moment what it should, it fills the space. This is amazing shot again. I would prefer if it's opposite. That it starts wider and go her to I want to feel her. I need to feel her suffering or calling for the gods or whatever it is. It must go the opposite way, not out of her, but closer, like it's erupting. I see the eruption and I go to her because she's the source. Always the artist is the sales factor, and so many countries forgetting about it, that this person is the most important person on set, most personal point on set all the time. Of course, those are very nice details, atmosphere, but her suffering, her atmosphere is brilliant. This is, for example, what Ukraine in previous years did very well with this paganish Goa, where the center of the attention was the artist, and the artist was selling you the atmosphere. Everything was happening around there also, but the calling from the artist was there, and you remember it because the charisma is passed on you. It's like when you go on the street and you meet somebody and you cross the eyes, it's like, oh, something happened, you know, and you cannot describe it very well. It doesn't matter who, but it can happen with this connection with people, and the connection with people, it's the artists. This is the biggest thing, you know. This is the charisma. Imagine if Maneskin would do it the way that the Damian would sing only to the, like as a concert to people and not to you, but he was always there with you somehow, and you felt this charisma, you know, and it's important. It's the staging. Because this is for so many whites, but because those shot really works, I just need more charisma in her, more tension, like this. Again, it should be like more closer, and then and open it better. Of course, what I really enjoy is the visual atmosphere over here. This, like this, imagine this is live show, 10,000 people is around, or how many. You don't need to see them. This really works. The only issue was that they didn't really direct her well, in my opinion, and she didn't connect with either the audience in the arena because they are too far, and she's not going to them to really concert them, but also she's not concerting you. And this is what it should happen. It's a television project. You're the person who's voting there, and 160 million people are watching it, or 100 million people, like really a lot of people, and you have only 2 minutes and 30. You need to connect with them, and from the beginning you didn't do it, and basically there was only this Steadicam camera shots and just 2-3 more which give you this appeal, but this was it. In my opinion, that wasn't the best choice. I don't know if it was the artist wasn't able to do it, or I don't know, but this person, it's the main part of the staging. This is it. Like, after all, you're not doing it for the sake of the song itself. It's the artist. The artist needs to sell it first. In this case, it didn't happen, and this is too late, you know. And again, she's talking to the arena, not to me. Not to me, but I didn't see the whole arena the whole time, and all the people, even in some shots, were surpassed by light, so they were there as a prop. But talk to me. Talk to me. Because you can see these sparks, it's there. The artist has it, but didn't sell it. And that's, in my opinion, the direction that no one told. No one told her, or maybe they did and didn't do it, or maybe that was how they wanted to do it, but didn't work. Of course, they qualified. I expected much better placing because vocally it was very good, the song very appealing, but it wasn't appealing. And those are the things why it wasn't. In my opinion, that cost better placing for Norway, in my opinion, better points. Anyway, they made it, but I think they are not happy about the result at some point. But it was the mistake of this, in my opinion. If you cannot connect with the music through the artist, especially when you are narrating the whole thing the way that it should talk to you, because it's very intimate after all, and you don't do it, then it will not work. Because they basically did like a music video, but disjointed to the audience behind the televisions, watching it, you know, live. So those are my breakdown points. Maybe you found something else, what I didn't see. So write me in the comments below what do you think. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and become a member to have more of this content which is behind this paywall, or buy me a coffee, support, and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.